For 6 weeks they sailed on and on over the rolling sea. When they got to the equator, they saw some flying fishes. The flying fishes said, "It is only 50 miles to Africa." But then a great storm came up with thunder and lightning. The wind howled, the rain poured down, the waves splashed over the boat. Suddenly there was a big boom. The ship stopped. It rolled over on its side. "Dear me," said the doctor, "we must have run into Africa." "Get the rope," cried Polynesia. "Dab, Dab, you take the end of the rope. Fly to the shore. Tie it to a palm tree. Then those who can't swim go down the rope until you get to the land." And that's how they all got safely to the shore. They all took shelter in a nice dry cave they found up in the cliffs. Suddenly Chi-Chi said, "Shh! I hear footsteps." They looked out and saw a soldier come out of the woods. He wore a mask over his face. He carried a shield and a long sharp spear. "You must all come before the great king of the Jolliginki," he said. "All these lands belong to him. Follow me." When they had followed the soldier a little way through the forest, they saw the king's palace. The king was sitting under an umbrella. "You may not travel through my land," said the king. Then he told his soldiers, "Take this medicine man away. Lock him and all his animals in my strongest prison." The prison had only one little window. It was high up in the wall, with bars across it. The prison door was strong and thick. The walls were solid stone. Gub-Gub the pig began to cry. Even Doctor Dolittle looked worried. But Polynesia the parrot said, "I'm small enough to get through the bars of this window. Tonight I'll creep through the bars and fly to the palace. I'll find a way to make the king let you out." So that night the parrot flew to the palace. She crept into the king's bedroom very softly and hid under the bed. "I am Doctor Dolittle," said the parrot, just the way the doctor would have said it. "You cannot see me. I have made myself invisible. Now listen, I warn you. You let me and my animals travel through your kingdom, or I will make you sick like the monkeys. Send your soldiers to open the prison door, or you shall have mumps before the morning sun comes up." At those words the king began to tremble. He jumped out of bed. He told the soldiers to open the prison door. The doctor and all the animals rushed out of the prison. They ran through the forest toward the land of the monkeys. They ran as fast as they could. But when the king found out how he had been fooled by the parrot, he was dreadfully angry. He rushed around in his nightshirt. He woke up all his army. He sent them into the jungle to catch the doctor. Chi-Chi the monkey knew the paths through the jungle better than the king's soldiers did. He led the doctor and his pets to the thickest part of the forest. He hid them all in a big hollow tree. Chi-Chi said, "You must hide here while the soldiers are close by. Soon they will get tired and go back to bed." When the soldiers had all gone, Chi-Chi brought the doctor and his animals out of their hiding place, and they set off for the land of the monkeys. And that very evening they saw a lot of monkeys. They were sitting in the trees, looking and eagerly waiting. When they saw the famous doctor, the monkeys made a tremendous noise. They cheered, they waved, they swung out on branches to greet him. But the king's soldiers hadn't gone to bed. They were still following. They saw Doctor Dolittle. They ran to catch him. The doctor and his animals ran harder than they had ever run in their lives. They came to a high place with a river far below it. The land of the monkeys was on the other side. Jip the dog looked over the edge and almost fell. "How are we ever going to get across?" he asked.